What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. We're here for another film club. I don't know, Groot, what do you think? We're always in a new place nowadays. But I think this is where we're going to be for a little while. I just moved, so welcome to a new area. If you've never been here before, what's going on? I'm Carson Higgins. That's Groot. And that's a cat from Africa. But yeah, we're the Filmstruck Film Club. We watch a movie a week. Usually from the Criterion channel, but a lot of times it's available other places too. You can usually find things like on the HBO Max. You can usually find stuff there. There's a great TCM section. But anyway, we watch some really great movies. We watch them all the time, and then I usually do one of these to finish it up, and then we pick another movie. So if you want to check out the other movies, be sure to follow us at Filmstruck Film Club. That's where we're going to be telling you all about them, and you can click on the bio there, and you can find out all the other movies that we've watched in the past, or you can just have us scroll through. However you want to do it. We watched such a good movie this week. I had just kind of had this one on the list for a while, and it seemed like an appropriate time. But we watched one of the greatest film directorial debuts of all time this week. It is Louis Malle's Elevator to the Gallows. Now, this movie is really fucking cool. It came out in 1958. It is in black and white, so a lot of these movies that we pick, they are in black and white. So you should get hip to it. If that's a deterrent for you, we gotta talk. But yeah, it's a stunning debut. I mean, what 24-year-old comes out guns blazing this hardcore? From a storytelling standpoint all the acting performances are great. Like the camera is doing some pretty badassery. That's a thing. It's pretty badassery that it's doing. It's dancing around and doing some pretty cool shit. And then the hardcore flex of all time is just a score by Miles Davis. No big deal. A terrific score at that. Miles is the guy playing trumpet, so whenever you hear that, that's your boy Miles Davis. But yeah, man, Louis Malle, what a guy. I had only seen one other movie of his before this. My Dinner with Andre. Whew, that is so good. You should watch My Dinner with Andre on another day. But hopefully you did watch Elevator to the Gallows with us, which is a noir type film. I had not seen it before, and I kind of got this like Coen Brothers vibe from it. It has this really kind of dark, offbeat sense of humor about its characters. It seemingly kind of I'm going to spoil some stuff, so if you haven't watched it yet, you should go watch the movie. But otherwise, you're just going to find out some things that you wouldn't otherwise know. At the very beginning, you have these two people that are like in love and kind of they're saying that like, yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the plan. Okay, I love you, baby. I love you, baby. And then we watch who we assume is our main guy kind of pull off this really elaborate, really patiently photographed, right? Like Louis Malle had quite a bit of confidence with this opening scene. He was like, I know this is gonna be dope, so just let's go. It was very Robert Bresson, A Man Escaped, which is a movie we watched. It reminded me a bit of that, with just kind of like the procedural. You're watching it all happen. You're watching the hands make and do things. But we watch our guy, right? It becomes kind of apparent what he's doing, but he's off to go murder his boss, who we come to find out is the husband of that lady he was on the phone with. Right? You remember because you watched the fucking movie. But this assassination that takes place to open the movie is like what would be in another place kind of like the climactic moment, right? Like perhaps we've been watching these two characters and we've been following their romance all the way and seeing them plan that they were going to do this, and this is like the big turn in act 2 right towards the end of the movie. We're going to do this, but we open the movie this way, and he murders this guy and gets all of his shit put away. And he's off and he joins these other two coworkers in the elevator, and it's a whole thing. And it's like he's getting away with it, right? He's just getting away with murder. Until he realizes, of course, that he left one crucial piece of evidence. And he goes back in like a dummy. But he does this. Goes in the elevator to go up and get this piece of evidence. And what happens? The power gets turned off at the building and he's stuck in the elevator. So right pretty much at the beginning of this movie, our main guy is trapped in an elevator. And then just like shit kind of goes off the rails for the rest of the movie. It reminded me, I mentioned it's like kind of Coen Brothers-y. It reminded me a bit of like Burn After Reading. kind of the chaotic miscommunication of Burn After Reading. It kind of has a bit of that because, like, he leaves his car running and the car gets stolen. Those people kind of go on like a Badlands, Bonnie and Clyde murder spree where they try to steal a Nazi's car, and there's a whole bunch of other side story with these people who are doing horrible things and pretending to be the guy who's trapped in the elevator unbeknownst to them. And all of this is happening. And I'm just going to cut right to the chase. Those two people think that they've done so much horrible shit that they you remember because you watched the movie, they take those pills to try and kill themselves when they were getting away with all of it because, as far as anyone knew, they were the guy that everyone's looking for, the assassin guy. So yeah, I mean, enough plot stuff, but you get the point in just that, like, there's a tremendous amount of snake-like storytelling happening in a really cool way, not to mention all these really daring and beautiful and like kinetic camera moves that we get to see happen. And so I was just totally blown away. I was like, as far as, because like a debut from a director is always kind of a special moment, right? Especially the good ones. The good directors kind of come out and make a statement. This is my flag that I've planted, and now I'm off to go make more of these. And yeah, like, what were you doing at 24? Because I know for a fact I was not anywhere near capable of putting on the stunt that is Elevator to the Gallows. Yeah, Jean Moreau. I hope I'm saying her name right because she's such a beautiful and wonderful actress who's worked in a million things. You've definitely seen her in stuff. We've seen her in stuff. I don't even remember which one. Someone Google it and tell me what movies we've seen her in. But this was an early film for her as well. Yeah, it's just like young people putting on a show. It's like an early French New Wave. It kind of is like before the New Wave, but it feels very of the wave. Yeah, I was just like pretty blown away. And I don't know. Were you? What did you think? Did you like the movie? Why don't you tell me? Hit me up in the comments or hit me up on Instagram or in the Facebook group. Yes, there's a Facebook group for Filmstruck Film Club. All you got to do is look us up. I mentioned earlier that you can look up like our previous films. If you are a Letterboxd person by chance, you can find us on there. Filmstruck Film Club, what we've watched so far as a list. You know, let me know what in there that you liked or that you were like, oh, what? You watched that? Just let me know. I love communicating. Groot, what do you think? We're going to have a good movie for this next week? We're going to have a good movie for this next week. I'm excited. You should be excited. Yeah, man, Elevator to the Gallows. I don't even have like much else to say other than that was fun. I had a good time. Yeah, and if anyone finds the record for like the score to this movie, the Miles Davis score, just send it to me. I'll give you my address, not on the internet. Like, we can talk like this. Anyway, that's enough. Right? That's enough. Right, Groot? We love you guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for sticking around. I'm glad you always come by to watch these videos of the incredible films that we watch in this club. Groot and I are always having a good time. So, until next time.